We getting some morning wiggles in while we wait for Jonathan to get here. Then you're gonna have a whole day with Daddy, and I'm going to have a whole day getting as much done in the workshop as we can on the dust collection system. Just tucked her back in with Dan. But then we're gonna continue to enjoy having a nice kind of sleepy morning. Coming out here, Jonathan is supposedly just about to leave his driveway. So fingers crossed, everything goes good, and he gets here and we can get this done. So I'm gonna get a few things tidied up because the last time I was out here, we were working on the dust collection. Dan and I were working on fixing the machine at the back, and I kind of didn't clean anything up, and I haven't been back out here, so I should probably put a few things away before Jonathan gets here, and probably fire up the laser. That's the other reason he's coming out, is to get more pen boxes etched. That side looks clean. This side doesn't. But overall, this place is looking clean. That pile dealt with the chairs I put in Dan's workshop because we have pictures of those. And it's out of the way over there. This is all cleaned up. That's kind of where I'm sequestering all the material that's not wood chip related. But I don't want to keep dumping stuff in a Dan's shop. I think that's kind of rude. I'm rather happy with this stuff back here. So for one thing, all of my shelves are back in place. I don't have those because that's just going to be trivet backers, all pre-cut. But everything, all the shelves are finally put back. They're exposed. That is technically also non-wood chip wood, but we'll deal with that later. We've got space here and here and there for more bins like this as soon as I find them. Canadian Tire is still out. And then I've got boxes over there. I'm going to put a small shelf across, and then these are all the boxes, the little ones I had. I'll fold them up, kind of tuck them in there so that they're ready to be used. Still need to deal with that mess. And of course, the dust collector over here. Nice and tucked into the rafters. You still use a paddle. Cardboard clears just fine. Cyclone. And I mean, that's a decent amount of space. That's probably almost 3 feet from the the bottom of that to the floor. So being able to have almost 3 feet of my like 50-gallon plastic drum, it's good. I mean, it would be nice to have the entire 50-gallon drum, but I don't have the headspace over there. Everything has to be higher than the top of that. So, all right, he's here. We've just spent the last probably 10 minutes figuring out all the other systems that need to go in, and then as soon as we're done with this stuff, then we'll try to figure out more. This is Jonathan. Last time I didn't introduce him. So it's all taped over because I now have to cut new lines, and I don't want to have to compete with the ones that are already on there. We cut down the barrel based off of what was left height-wise under the cyclone, and then started in on making both a bottom and 2 top pieces, which we'll explain later. Quick break to set up more pen boxes for Jonathan. and back to gluing plywood together. I didn't have pieces that were big enough, but basically we had to make a piece that was big enough to cover the entire bottom to be able to mount this to it so that it would have the bottom because we cut it off. And then also 2 top pieces in order to, one, close off the top of the barrel, but also have something to attach to the cyclone so that that piece would stay when we roll the barrel out. To attach the barrel to the bottom, we basically just use L brackets and a whole lot of caulking. Not looking for anything super pretty. Slap some wheels on it, and we're good to go. The initial idea with the 2 top pieces was to make a wooden ring and then a circle the same outside diameter. The wooden ring going onto the actual barrel and then the circle going on top and having a small opening cut in it for the actual cyclone. Because the cyclone is so tight up against the wall, we offset the hole and at the time decided to cut a smaller hole just slightly bigger than what the cyclone needed, and then we would just put a small plate on the cyclone. In hindsight, that's going to be a bit of a pain in order to empty the bin, but we'll get that later. We also were going to use these straps in order to snap it down. That didn't work either because the snaps actually have a tab in them. They're meant to be used up and down, not side to side. So we kind of screwed the thing shut. So we moved on to just attaching the ring to the barrel. Translation, a lot of silicone and a few screws. After that, we took it over to the cyclone, started putting everything together. And now that the machine is finally done, it's moved, it's got a cyclone, it's got a barrel, time to start hooking up more tools to the actual pipes. Or, installing more pipes. So this is going to be the run that goes to the back wall. It's going to come off there, go through the cabinet, get attached to this pipe, but down in there. Run all the way along the wall with a few blast gates put into it in order to pick up tools along the way, all the way past the shopsmith into the drill press. Okay, having a minute or two between laser and noise and everything like that, it's been hard to film. But we are finally getting the dust collection along this back wall. As I showed, that is actually going to connect down in there to that pipe, over to that connection and into the machine. All this has been screwed together. Now we just need to tape it, and we're going to kind of feed it in the other way. That way we don't have to crawl down. I don't know if Jonathan's impressed with my cabinet making techniques and having to put the dust collection at the bottom of this trench. But we're getting there. Might actually have dust collection in this workshop for the first time in this workshop the first time ever, but first time in a few years of actually having good dust collection.
We need like a 1/4 inch and that thing goes. Can we wiggle this thing at all?
Well, why don't we just move the shopsmith?
No, this corner right there is the problem.
Yeah, but move the shopsmith, and then that will drop. I'm not nibbling away at my countertop.
Oh look, it fits.
Because of some of the braces I have bracing this cabinet to the wall, we did have to do a little bit of finagling of attaching a piece after the fact. Basically just this upright that will catch all of the sanding station. Bit by bit, we're getting there. I just have to figure out how to make this come up through the
Here's a cap.
backsplash here.
So if you take
few more connections and we're able to start testing this out.
All the fine dust from the inside of Liz's bandsaw, and here's how much better the dust collection is now. Bye-bye. Oh, that's even better.
Much better.
Woohoo!
Well, it looks like a bomb went off in my workshop. But the great thing is that the main machine is done. And you put wheels onto the cart on the bottom of that bin. But this line is run. We now have a line run to the bandsaw, the sander, planer.
Do I get to photobomb? Hey everybody, look, it really sucks. We knew that joke was coming.
Yes. And then on this side, it's around here and through the back. That will pick up the sander station here. We've got over here. That one picks up this. And then that goes to the bandsaw. Some fine tuning of getting it to the actual tools, but the main system is now run, which is fantastic because I've only been waiting for this for like 3 years.
You need to show this. This really sucks. Ah. 5-inch line with a flux so that she can move it around.
This is gonna work.
It's a big
Work
improvement.
perfectly. Now we just have to tape everything and put my shop back together.
Photobomb.
It snowed! What do you think of the snow? I'd say that this round is actually going to stick around, but I don't know if you can hear that. It's currently raining. So we got about 4 inches last night, but I don't know how much of it's actually going to stick around. Anyways, we're going to go out to the workshop. Yeah, we're going to go out to the workshop. Show you guys what we got done, because again, I don't know what we filmed and what we didn't film. So I'm just doing a quick run through, and then we're going to get on with our day. Woo. All right, so while she wiggles for a little bit, before I get going on what I need to do today, I'm just going to show you guys around it. So on Friday, Dan and I got that part done. Moved the machine, this, in there. And then yesterday, Jonathan and I got this part done. So we cut down the barrel, and we put a top on it. We put a piece there. So basically, right now this is actually just friction fit, with those being used as wedges to kind of like jam it up, which ultimately might be what we do because there's no dust getting out through here. I was going to put clamps to kind of hold it there. I don't know if it needs it. The only thing we do have to do is I need to put a bar kind of along this side just so I can attach wheels, and the same thing on the other side so that I can wheel it out in a way, because once that gets full, it's going to be very heavy. And then in the main room, most of the piping along here was all already done, but what we did do is this blast gate used to be further down, and this blast gate wasn't attached. So we put this one in so that there would be a blast gate behind the bandsaw before it was in front of the bandsaw, and we need it behind so we could attach it. So that's done. And here, kind of jammed all the junk back into it, but that is the line. So it comes from the machine. That still needs to be taped through here, through the cabinet, and then it turns to go along the wall. And it goes behind the cabinets. You can see There's one there that will be one that will change out depending on which tool is being used. It goes along the back here over to the shopsmith. So there's one right there to pick up this tool, and then it goes up and that picks up the drill press. And that is system 1 of 3 in the workshop. There's still a little bit of fine tuning. Jonathan said there's a boot of some kind that we can get to basically attach here to actually grab the dust right underneath this blade versus all the way down here. And that'll improve the dust collection. So that still needs to be improved. Obviously we need to, I kind of want to cut that off level with the top of the backsplash. And then actually we have to make basically 3 different hoses that will go from these machines to there. You just swap it out depending which one you want. That one we need to figure out, but I need to figure out what's going on with this tool and if I want cabinets under it or what. Anyways. And then we have this one, which, I mean, that works, but having some sort of a boot on there that kind of sits behind where you're drilling, it will be better, but ultimately that kind of works right now. So that's pretty good. And now that that stuff is in, I can actually start running the wires to here, because I didn't want to run wires and have them in the way of putting the ductwork in. Ductwork is larger, you put the ductwork in first. Anyways, that's basically it. Got a lot of stuff done in here. Still a fair list to do, but considering I designed this entire place from start to finish 3 years ago and I'm still working on that list, this is a major improvement. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye!